Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Amy.
And this is MV Pane Vino. She's a 39-foot Navigator Californian, 1998. It's been in the family all 25 years. So we're going to be cruising the Pacific Northwest. We've got to watch a lot of videos over the years, YouTube, other ones up here like Cruising Sea Venture and MV Freedom. And I don't know if we'll get to that level of quality.
It's definitely not going to happen. This is going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, so we're going to see how this goes. Maybe our video skills will get better as time goes on, or maybe not. Maybe our equipment will get better.
But this has been a dream that has been in the making for
a long time.
I was going to say 20 years, but probably even longer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're finally here, and yeah, and we have the dog with us, which will be an adventure too, because we've never cruised for this length of time with the dog. So we're going to learn
as we go.
Yeah.
So welcome and enjoy. Bailey, are you ready to go to the San Juans? You haven't been before. Ready to go bye-bye? Anacortes. Nice day today so far. Overcast, but very little wind. Straight. Weather is beautiful, overcast, a little cool, but no wind. That's the main thing, at least for us power boaters. Sailboaters, obviously, different story. Real nice conditions.
So, Captain, where are we going?
Well, we're going to go take a look at Jones Island. We haven't been there ourselves yet. And let's see if we can fit in there. It is Saturday, it's summertime. So we'll see what they've got available. But we don't have any hard plans, so we can work with one. This is Pane Island right here. At one time they had game hunters on here. They stopped that quite a while ago because worried about bullets spiking and hitting over there in Roche Island, San Juan Island, etc. I'm sorry, Roche Harbor and San Juan Island. And straight ahead is Stuart Island, where we're now deciding to go try to find a place to anchor tonight. Reed Harbor is quite a bit bigger, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of boats there. Still might be a little tough to get a spot, but we should be able to find something there. It's always a good spot. Been there several times. Okay, we're setting the anchor bridle. Now we back down a little bit, get the set a little bit, and then we'll back down on hard.
Show a picture of my ass.
No. Alright, nice little spot here as usual. So we're here in Reed Harbor, anchored up. Happy? So they say that having a boat, cruising your boat, is fixing your boat in exotic places, and we definitely have a nice view of everything. When we got in today, I noticed the bilge pump kept running. So obviously we're getting water from somewhere. It wasn't a lot, but you can tell it was dripping some. So I went through the through holes forward, nothing there. So I decided, let's go down in the engine room and start looking at some of those through holes. And then I stopped and I thought, well, what's the latest thing that's been done? And that's the new shaft logs, the new dripless shaft packings. So let's take a look at what we found. I've already fixed it. I probably should have had the camera going when I was fixing it, but the plan was more, or the focus was more fixing it. So let me go down and show you what I found. Come on down to the engine room here. I did at one point look at the shaft logs here. Those are the new shaft logs. There was no dripping. That one or that one. Okay. But I didn't look all the way back to the second part. Those two clamps were not even tight. So we have just put these on. When we had the engines replaced, they put on the PSS, and the one on this side especially kept leaking, and they couldn't get it to line up. So we put these new ones in that actually use ATF to lubricate them. So, well, so far so good, except they got to tighten everything up, and that was the problem. They weren't just slightly loose. Those last two were very loose. All the rest of them, those two there, and all four on this one were fine. But a little reminder to always go back to the last thing that's been messed with. And this was our first big run since they changed those. So they were fine before, but we didn't really go very far. And so now, after a decent run from Anacortes here to Stuart Island, they loosened up enough that it was dripping. More than dripping, it was a steady stream, not a heavy stream, but a steady stream. So that's part of boat ownership. And like I tell a lot of people, that if you don't enjoy, at least slightly, working on a boat, you shouldn't get one, because you're going to be working on it a lot. And that's also a good way to learn your boat. So get down in there and work on it. So that was today's project. This is our new vacuum from Amazon for $100. Works pretty well so far. Especially with a dog on board, very important. Tonight's dinner is going to be kebabs. Bailey is hoping for some, but she already got hers.
Take the dog with you.
Take the dog. You and your little dog. We're going to have a nice sunset tonight.
Will you shake that out over the edge?
First night out for the trip today. And on the hook, we're going to have kebabs and some corn. Doing it on the grill. Last night tonight. Dinghy's still out because we have to take Bailey to shore because she hasn't learned to go onto the pee pad yet. We keep trying, but don't know if we can teach an old dog new tricks. Baby. This is our first attempt to see if Bailey will go potty on the boat.
Bailey,
Go potty.
Go potty. Right there. Right there. Go potty.
Go potty.
Hey, Bailey, come here. Go potty. Right there. Go potty. Go potty.
Oh, I thought she was squatting.
Go potty. Go potty. Give her some more water.
Well, Bailey, what do you think? Looking at the water. But what about the potty? That's some water. Bailey, go potty. Come on.
So unfortunately, Bailey has not figured out how to go potty on her pad.
This is not going to help either. It's enabling, but...
So they're going to go for a little ride to shore. Have a fun trip. Yeah, we haven't done boating with the dog, so that's not true. Yeah, you're right. She has been boating on day trips, so this is going to be a learning experience for all of us. Bye. Luke can't come inside because she got in the water again and is all wet. Poor Bailey. For everyone that was worried that Bailey was freezing outside, Mike brought her in and gave her a blanket.
Now for the baking segment of the show. So a lot of people ask what Pane Vino means, what it came from. Well, Pane Vino means bread and wine in Italian. I'm being half Italian. This boat was commissioned and built by my parents. I should say they had it built. My dad and that whole side of the family was in the baking business, primarily in sourdough baking in San Francisco. So, of course, the pane, being bread, that helped pay for the boat. The vino part, who doesn't like wine? So, I make sourdough at home, and I think I've got it down pretty well. I grew up making it, working in the bakery, but making it at home is more fun. It doesn't pay anything, but definitely more fun. So I decided to bring some starter up, some dried starter, sourdough starter up to the boat. No officer, this is actually starter, not some illicit drug. It would be fun trying to get to an airport. But this is dried starter and then crumbled up, and we brought up. And what we're going to do is we're going to rehydrate it. We're then going to add flour so that the bugs in there can start to feed, and we should start getting some activity in about 3 days. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to hydrate it, let it sit for a few hours. Once it softens up, we're then going to add some flour to it, and the bugs in there eat the sugars inside the flour and then start to make the dough rise. So we're going to see how this experiment works out. We don't have a scale on board, and we don't need more stuff. So everything I'm going to do is going to be unlike at home where I'm doing with measurements. We're going to kind of do it by feel. So and also with just a convection oven, we're going to see how that works out also. So that's we're going to have some challenges. So first I'm going to put some water into there, and then we're just going to dump this in and stir it up a little bit. Now we're just going to let it sit, and maybe 2, 3, 4 hours with it all nice and soft, and then add our flour. So we now have the dehydrated starter undehydrated, and we're going to add some flour in there that will give the bacteria something to eat. And again, we're not weighing it, just going to make it into kind of a paste form, kind of a what you would do like pancake batter, and we're going to mix that all together and let it sit. We're not going to tighten down this lid. Normally at home we use plastic, and if something comes up too much, it'll pop the plastic off. You don't want to do that with a glass jar, but we're using what we have because it could actually crack the jar. There will be a lot of pressure in there. So we're just going to tighten it down just a little bit so it's kind of covered. And then tomorrow we will take some of that and throw it out, add a little more flour and water, and do that for the next couple of days until we start seeing some good activity.
So that's a wrap on Stuart Island.
We had a great time, and we had a great cruise from Anacortes over. Our plan originally was to go to Jones Island, give that a try, because we hadn't been there before, and it was just too crowded. Yeah, and
Summer in the island.
Summer in the island. So we knew that Reed Harbor had a little more space. So we went there and had a good night. There's a lot of good hiking there. We didn't do any this time because we were just staying the night. But we'll be back with friends.
I've definitely been there a few times. I've gotten the T-shirt to prove it. So.
Right, exactly. That's we'll get to that in a future episode. So what's tomorrow bring?
We heard that some friends are hanging out over at Roche, so we're gonna cruise on over there and hook up with them and get together with some friends.
That's right. They have a similar boat, a 41-foot Californian. So we're going to go see them and hang out with them. So I hope you enjoyed the first episode. I'm sure it will get better. We're learning everything, the equipment.
It gives a great appreciation for those people that do it well.
Yes.
Because
they put a lot of work into it and spend a lot of money on equipment. But you got to start somewhere. Okay. So we'll see you then.